there, I'm Elizabeth and welcome to PiYo. Whether this is your first PiYo class, maybe we've had the pleasure of meeting in a live class or you've done some of our other YouTube videos, there's just a couple things I want you to know today. One, as far as equipment, all you need is a mat, and again, even that is optional. Do your best with what you can. We will be up for quite a few of the moves, so even if you don't have access to a mat, you should be just fine. Also, just take a little survey of the area around you. You will step about a foot off your mat, both your right and left. So, especially if you ever had the misfortune to step on like a Lego in your bare feet, just take a little survey. Other than that, I will show you the moves that we are going to do before each song. So, no need to panic that you have to know the whole round. That's my job. If you continue to do our PiYo videos, you'll notice the warm-up is the same each time we go through it, but I'll still preview in case this is your first one or you haven't devoted your life to memorizing PiYo warm-ups. So with that, let me get us started. I will show you the 4 moves, and then we'll hit the music and we'll be ready to go. So our 4 moves, we're going to start in a nice, strong mountain pose. So that means shoulders, hips, and ankles all in alignment. We'll reach up tall. We'll hinge from those hips with a nice flat back, and then we'll bend our right knee for 2 and our left knee for 2. So that'll be our first move. Again, we'll repeat each of them several times before we progress. Then right leg will lunge back for 3, so it'll be 3 pulses, and we'll step in and eventually go to the left. Third move, still in that nice strong base position, we're gonna squat down, 2 regular squats, then again hinge. And when I say hinge, I want you to see how I keep a nice long line. I bend right at my hips, but the crown of my head stays forward, so I hinge, and then I'm gonna curve my spine and roll everything up. Our last move, go over to your right, hands go to the thigh, 2 pulses here, and then as we stretch out those obliques, we reach, pull, elbow to hip, reach, elbow to hip, and then we'll head on over to the other side. So with that, let's get ourselves warmed up here. Again, really feel grounded in your mat, feel all 10 toes pressed into the floor. Just take a deep breath here. Get ready for your workout today. Again, maybe roll the shoulders back and down. And we're ready to go. Take those arms up overhead. Hinge from those hips. Bend that right knee. Bend the left knee. Again, hinge up. And over. Bend that right knee. Now left knee bends. Now can you reach all the way from the bottom as you come up? Bending that right knee. One more time. Again, reach up. And over. Bend your right knee. And your left knee. Let's do one more just to close it out. And over. Bending that right knee. Now left. Take it back for 3 right leg. 3, 2, 1, and in. Now, if you ever get off beat, if you lose us for a second, feel free to take some time. We'll be here when you get back. Now take the left leg back. 3, 2, 1, and in. Now, maybe you're not going super low yet. It's just a warm-up. We can be here. Just honor your body wherever it's at today. Step in, 2 squats. Again, you're still getting warmed up, so maybe they're baby squats. Hinge and roll. So maybe we're just sitting down in that chair a little bit, and then doing a little baby hinge, little baby roll. Or if you're feeling nice and warm, you can get deeper. Don't worry, I'll have you plenty warm in a couple minutes. One more time, 2 squats. Hinge from those hips. Roll that spine. Take it out to your right for pulses. Down, up. Now reach long here. Reach, elbow to hip. Hands back to that thigh, we pulse. Again, just stretching out the inner thigh here. Reach and pull. Now step together and over to your left. I know that's quick. Reach and pull. Take your time if you need. Again, back to the side. Reach and pull. All right, good news. We now want all the moves. Let's put them together. Take it up. Hinge forward. And bend that right knee. Bend the left knee. Again, totally fine if hands don't make it all the way to the ground. It's your warm-up. Right leg back for 3. 3, 2, 1. Now notice I still have a wide base when I lunge here. Take the other leg back. One more. Come into that wide stance, 2 squats. Again, as we continue to get warm, hinge from those hips, roll that spine. Start to notice, maybe you feel okay getting a little deeper in that squat. We hinge, and we roll. Take it up to the right, down, up. Reach, pull here, reach, pull one more. Step together, other side. Right, so that's gonna be our pace, reach and pull for the rest of the warm-up. Come together, reach up tall. Exhale as you fold. Bend your right knee, bend your left knee. Again, reach all the way to the bottom, inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend that right knee, now the left. Take it back for 3, 3, 2, 1. One more. Now left leg back. Again, maybe knees getting a little closer to the floor, but torso stays proud. Step in, 2 squats. Bend at the waist, and then curl that spine. One more, so I want you to think about shapes. Can you make one nice long line as you go down? Can you make a nice little fold as you come up? Now lunge it over to the right. Up. Reach and pull, really long, so reach, crunch in. Other side, back to the pulse. Reach and pull here. One more. Step together, last time, inhale up. Exhale. Right knee bends. Now left knee bends. One more, reach tall. Open that chest, down forward. Bend the right knee, bend the left knee. Right leg goes back. Maybe these lunges are a little deeper. You got a little more length in that hip flexor. Now take the left leg behind. One more set. Step in, 2 squats. Again, maybe that chair you're sitting in got a little lower. Hinge and roll. One more. From those hips. Roll it up. Take it up to the right and cross. Down. Up. Remember, it's nice and slow. Reach and pull so you got time to get your range of motion. Step in, other side. Reach and pull here. One more. And step to the side of your mat. All right, so for those of you that have done PiYo before, you know that sometimes we do some legs or do a seat building section. Today we're actually going to jump exactly right into full body fusion. So full body fusion, just what it sounds like. It's going to be a lot of big, complex, compound movements for your body. We always start with something called a PiYo push-up, which I always say you can do if you know how to count to 3. So I have full confidence in all of you. We're going to be starting at the back of our mat. We'll roll our body down and we'll walk out to a plank. 1, 2, 3. From there, we'll do 3 PiYo push or 3 tricep push-ups. So tricep push-ups can be on knees or toes. They can be full range or half range. What I want you to think about is if my hands are on the floor, my elbows are going to scrape my rib cage and then press back up. They're not flaring out wide. If they're doing that, take a different option. Drop your knees, drop your range of motion a little bit. From there, we'll have 4 moves, and we're going to do them all on the right side, 4 times through, and then the left side. So you don't have to switch your brain until about halfway through the song. We're going to start in something called flying pyramid. So all pyramid means my right leg's in front, left leg's behind. I have a nice little kind of triangle shape, so it's a good hamstring stretch. Now, I'm going to hinge forward from the hips, just like we worked on in the warm-up. My arms are going to come behind me, and then I'll bring my body up. So it's just a little more dynamic way to stretch that hamstring. Again, keeping a nice long spine. Our next move goes quick. You'll hear me say bowl, tap, atlas. I know that sounds fast. So bowl or lunge, bowl, or if you don't like that, bowl. But you're going to step behind out to the back corner. Then I'm going to tap, and then I come into an atlas. So an atlas, I'm going to go really tall. Same leg that did the bowler and the tapping. So this left leg is doing all the moving. It bowls back, it taps, and then I reach up for my atlas pose. Left leg is still going to do all the moving. We have 2 lunges, 2 pulses in the air. And then, again, continuing the pattern of left leg doing all the work here, we're going to crouch into a little ball. So maybe for some of us that means we're going here. For others of us, we're gonna come all the way down to the floor, and then we'll step out into a side lunge. That side lunge should look really familiar from our warm-up. So I know it's a lot of quick moves, especially that bowl tap atlas. So take any breaks if you need. Again, we'll be running through it a few times. So if you need a little extra time, we got you. All right, start to way to the back of your mat, because again, lots of push-ups in this round. Feet are just under hips. Start to think about counting in threes here. Just roll those shoulders up and down. And get ready, roll that body down. Walk it out for 3. 1, 2, 3, 3 push-ups. 3, 2, 1 more here. Walk it back for 3. 1, 2, 3, roll that body up. One big squat at the top. Take it all the way back down. Walk it out for 3. Now, if you want a modification, see how I do my push-ups on my knees, but my elbows still scrape my rib cage. All right, press back to a down dog. Now pull your right leg through, come into your nice pyramid pose here, and we fly. So arms go back, and torso comes up. Again, lean forward, and torso comes up. Full tap atlas. Fold, tap, hold in your atlas. Again, fold, tap. Lunge back left leg. 2 lifts. So 2 lunges, 2 lifts. Come into your little ball, and take it all the way out to the left side. Again, crouch down, and outside. Back to that flying pyramid. Come all the way up. Again. And all the way up. Full tap atlas. Boom. Tap. Atlas. 1 more. So we get low, low, tall. Lunge back for 2. And lift for 2. Squeezing through that glute to lift the leg. Crouch into a little ball. Come all the way up to the side. 1 more. Or you know all the moves. Back to that flying pyramid. So extend, keeping that spine super long. We just hinge from those hips and come all the way up. Full tap atlas. Full tap atlas. 1 more. Down, down. 2 lunges behind. 2 leg lifts, squeezing through that glute. Again. Come into that little ball and all the way out to the side. Reminder, your crouch can be here if that feels better on your knees. Flying pyramid 1 more time. All the way up. 1 more. And all the way up. Full tap atlas. Remember, your bowl and tap can be here as well. Or we can hit the floor. 2 lunges behind. 2 leg lifts. Maybe you can lift that leg a little higher as your last time through. Crouch on into that little ball. Come out to the side. 1 more time. And come out to the side. Now just step together here. Inhale, take those arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to a plank, knees or toes. We're gonna hold here just briefly. Start to walk those hands back. Roll it up. And we go from the very top. So take it on back down. Walk it up for 3. 3 push-ups. Remember, these are tricep push-ups. So choose your options. Walk it back for 3. Roll it up. 1 big squat at the top. And all the way back down. Walk it up for 3. Remember, this can be done on the knees. We can even go half range on the knees if that feels better for us today. All right, press back. Bring your left leg through. Get into your pyramid stance. Flying pyramid. Here we go. Come on up. So again, all the movement is initiated from my upper body. Full tap atlas. Full tap atlas. Or if you don't want to go into the floor, full tap atlas. 2 lunges behind. 2 leg lifts. So this side, the right leg's doing all the moving. Take it behind, crouch into a little ball, and lunge out to your right. 1 more time. All right, those are all the moves you need to know. Step back to your pyramid, fly, and come on up. Again, so I feel like I have a board running down my spine. Full tap atlas. Again, get low for these first 2 moves. Then get nice and tall. Lunge back for 2. Lift through the glute for 2. Again. And lift. Crouch on down to that little ball. And come to the side. Or again, maybe your crouch is here. And we want to go to the side from here. Come back to that flying pyramid. One more time. Think long through the crown of the head. Full tap atlas. So full tap, hold here your atlas. Again, full tap. 2 lunges back. 2 leg lifts. Maybe they get a little higher each time. One more set. Crouch into that little ball. Come all the way up to the side. One more time. And all the way to the side. Last time through, we fly. And all the way up. Again. Full tap atlas. Full tap atlas. One more here. 2 lunges behind you. 2 leg lifts. One more set. How those glutes doing? Take it all the way to the floor. And come to the side. Last crouch. All right, last time to the side. Now for a little fun, reach those arms up overhead. Lean over here. Just step back to your plank. What we're going to do is hang out in the plank until the end of the song. Knees or toes, your choice. You should have a nice long straight spine either way. Couple deep breaths here. Beautiful, drop to those knees. All right, we are going to go right into our flow section. So those of you familiar with PiYo and know about flow, you know it's our longest section. If you know me personally, you know it's my favorite section. One of the reasons is we have time to really get deep into some of the moves, get nice and stretched out here. This flow is a little more dynamic, meaning there aren't as many moves that we're holding for long periods of time. We're doing some quick, kind of like you saw with the full body fusion. So I'd like to break down all the moves for you today. Just know we're going to do the entire right side. You're going to have to worry about your left side. We'll do a whole song, and then we'll switch to the other side. So here are the moves that are going to be coming at you. Again, we will break them down into smaller groups. We'll do each one quite a few times through before we move on. So don't get intimidated. When we do our right side, our right leg is going to be doing all the moving. Your left leg is basically going to stay planted in place. So if you get confused, we're going out to this side. We're doing lots of movement with this right leg. Left leg's kind of just going to hang out and be your strong base. We'll start by hinging forward into a warrior three. So with warrior three, our goal, even though we're on one leg, is to keep hips parallel to the floor. I'm going to reach out long, come back to center, and then we'll have 2 squats out to the side. It'll be pulse, pulse, and then that atlas we just did, we're coming back to it because we get to look nice and pretty, and that's super fun. If you didn't have enough fun with lunges in the full body fusion track, I got you. We're going to lunge to the side, and then to the back, and then to the side, and back, and side, and back. From there, if we end in our lunge, we're going to take hands to the floor, and we have something called an ankle connector. All that means I'm going to come into kind of a little ball like we did in the last song, and then reach my right leg up nice and tall. Now, if that doesn't seem like a great option for your body today, I want you to take hands on the thigh, and I want you to work on your balance from upright position. So that'll be our first chunk. We'll do that quite a few times through. The next part incorporates a lot of great core work that's optional. So when we finish, we're in the triceptor connect. I'm going to have you come down. It's going to be right hand on the floor, left hand up in the air. Now you can hang out here. You'll hear me say optional crunch. So this elbow that's up in the air and this knee that's behind me, they're going to meet and then come back. Now that's tricky. Forces you to balance basically just on one leg. So if that doesn't feel great, don't take that option. Now, here's where you got to think about direction. Your hand that's up in the air is going to come down to the ground. And we're going to come into half moon. If you don't like that, if that doesn't feel super steady, you can be in 3-point balance. Both hands on the floor. Then we'll go to kind of a lunge prep here. So I want you to think like you're a sprinter. Get ready. And then we're just going to step together. So we'll alternate between coming on down, stepping together. And then our last move, it's pretty much the only time our left leg has to do any moving. Toes are going to pop up, hamstring stretch, knee lift. Now, for most of these moves, your modification is simply to decrease your range of motion. So when we squat out to the side, we don't have to go super low. Anytime we're in a low lunge position where we're coming all the way to the floor, remember that you can stay up high. So for example, you could still do the crunch in from here. You can be in a lunge and step together with us. So that's how I recommend just decreasing your range of motion until you get comfortable with the moves. So now that you've all got that memorized, I will lead us through it. All right, so I want you to think about a nice strong base, especially with this left leg. It's going to be supporting us quite a bit. Just remembering that our first move is going to be that warrior three. So here we go. Lean forward, come in, 2 squats, squat, squat, reach and pull that active. Again, reach forward, come in, 2 squats, reach up to that active. Again, really extend out here, come on back, 2 squats. Reach tall. So I want you to think about extending as far forward and back as you can, 2 squats. And then reaching out as high as you can. Lunge to the side, and lunge to the back. Again, to the side, to the back. 2 more times. Now, if you prefer hand on the thigh for support, go right ahead. 1 more. Connect. So hands on the floor, knees connect. Then right leg presses up. Again, connect. Right leg presses up. If that doesn't feel good for you, you're going to be right here. 1 more. Let's all come up to a standing position. Go back to that warrior three reach. And come together. 2 squats. Now my knees are still over my toes in that wide squat. Again, reach forward. 2 squats. And reach tall. Again, warrior three. Come together. 2 squats. Now, I'd rather you focus on having both hips face the floor and have a little bitty range of motion here than tilting to the side. Lunge out to your right. Lunge all the way to the back. So if you want to test your balance a little more, you're going to have some free floating arms. If you want a little more support, hand goes to the thigh. 1 more. Keep the hands to the floor, connect from those ankles, then press up. Again, this can also be done from standing. So remember to pick the option that works for your body today. This time, just take the foot to the floor, roll it up. Get ready for that warrior three again. Here we go. Come on in. 2 squats. I want you to lift up through that oblique. Again, reach forward and back. 2 squats here. Lunge out to your right. Lunge to the back. Lunge to the right again. And to the back. Hands to the floor, connect those ankles. Press the right leg up. 1 more time. This time, drop the right leg behind you. We're in a low lunge. Left arm is up. If you want, you can crunch together and back and hold. Again, knee crunch. Now, this can also be done from a standing position, like I mentioned. 1 more. All right, if you feel like joining me in half moon, left hand goes to the floor. Right hand is going to reach all the way up. And I want you to flex both feet. So that standing leg flexes too. Just right here. All right, go down into that runner's lunge. And then step all the way to your mountain. So again, think like you're a sprinter. And then you come up. Or if you don't want to go all the way down, you're going to lunge here and come back. 1 more. All the way up. All right, keep these heels up, hamstring, and take the knee out. So left toes come up, and right knee comes up. Now you're lifting through the core when you bring that right knee up. 1 more. Come back to our low lunge. Again, if you want, you can crunch. Come back. So it's that left arm that's in the air. It meets the right knee in the crunch. 1 more time. Left hand down on the floor. Once you've got your balance, right hand extends. And you're looking to open to the right side of the room here. Again, just take a few minutes to breathe. Or if you prefer to be in 3-point balance, you can be right here. Come into that runner's lunge. Now come on there to stand. Just take a breath here. You go down and up. Or again, if our range of motion is here today, we honor that. 1 more. Left toes pop up, hamstring stretch, and knee lifts. Again, so really sit back in that hamstring stretch. I'm sure a lot of us are tight. Anytime we work like a desk job or we sit too long, this should feel really good. Back to that low lunge. Crunch if you like. or just be here and hold. Last crunch. Drop that left hand to the floor. Right hand extends up before in 3 or half moon. Or we can be in 3-point balance, or we can lose our balance. Come on down. And I obviously didn't really lose my balance. I just want to show what it looks like. Prop those toes up. Come into that knee lift. One more. All right, we ready to go from the very top? How about that warrior 3? Come all the way back to center. 2 squats in an atlas. Again, warrior 3. Come all the way back. 2 squats. Atlas here. Lunge out to your right side. All the way to the back. Can we get a little deeper in those moves? All the way to the back. Hands to the floor, connect at those ankles. Press up. One more. Take the foot to the floor. If you want, we go back to that crunch. Back and hold here. So my elbow is trying to meet my back knee. Left hand goes down. Or if you prefer to be in 3-point balance move here. We're going to drop into that runner's lunge. Bring that body all the way up. One more. All right, last move on this side. Pop those left toes up. Now bring the right knee up. Again, sit back in that hamstring stretch. And finish with that right knee up. Give yourself a huge congrats. I know that feels a lot more dynamic. Sometimes we do ones where we really like to hold positions for a long period of time. In this one, we have a lot of compound moves. So give yourself credit. If you ever need to take a little break, you know we repeat the moves a lot, so you can always sit back in a child's pose or a down dog, kind of catch your breath, figure out where we are. We'll be here for you. So same moves on the left side. But one thing I want you to think about is remember this time, right leg is going to be our supporting leg. Other than popping those toes up at the end, right leg's not going to move. So if you're not sure which direction to go, where we're going to go to our left side. Left leg is going to be going there. It's going to be all over the place, but your right leg is going to anchor you. So as a reminder, anytime you need options, just remember you never have to go all the way to the floor. So especially when we're doing things like this low lunge and coming all the way back up, I know that's a big level change in a very short period of time. So feel free to decrease your range of motion accordingly so that it works for you. And with that being said, we'll get your left leg going. Now remember, especially in that warrior 3, our big focus is almost like we had 2 head legs. They would both be facing the floor, shining the exact same time. But it's our right leg that's going to do all the supporting. Just take a deep breath. Here we go, pitch forward. Come on in. 2 squats out to your left. Finishing your atlas. Back to that warrior 3. Come on. 2 squats out. Out. Up and reach through that oblique as you come up. Again. So we're reaching both forward and back here. 2 squats, sit low. So see how far you can extend forward as that leg goes behind you. 2 squats. Side lunge to your left. And to the back. Remember, if you want a little more balance work, arms free float here. If you want a little more stability, arms go on the side. Last time. Hands on that floor, we're going to connect on the ankle and just press up. Again, connect. Or what does it look like if we don't want to be on the floor? It looks like this. Connect, press back. One more time, just connect and we're all going to roll up here. Back to that warrior 3. Reach. Come on in. 2 squats to your side. So it's pulse, pulse, lift. Again, warrior 3. Come all the way back. 2 squats. Lift. Reach. Again. Propel yourself forward. Now sit deep. And reach long. Last time, focus on those hips both facing the floor. 2 squats to the side. And just more lunges out to the side. And to the back. Again, honor your range of motion here today. I want you to feel challenged, but never in any pain. So if we need to be here, totally fine. Hands to the floor, connect those ankles, and then really press up. So you're making yourself into a nice little ball, and then pressing. 2 more. Press up. All right, this last one, just come plant that foot, roll it up, and back to that warrior 3. Here we go. Come on in. 2 squats. One more time. 2 squats to the side. Now lunge out to your left. Lunge to the back. Again. And lunge to the back. Hands to the floor, connect those ankles. All right, start to listen up. Reconnect. This time we go back to our low lunge. We're moving on. Right hand is in the air. If you want, you can crunch in and hold. Crunch again. Now when we do that crunch, it's my right elbow meeting my left knee. Last crunch if you want. All right, we're switching directions. This time right hand goes to the floor. And we start to grow tall with that left turn into a half moon. But if that doesn't suit our body today, we can have both hands on the floor in a 3-point balance. Drop the leg behind into a low lunge and step all the way up. Again, lunge back and all the way up. 2 more. Last one here. Beautiful. Just hold here to find your breath, especially if you were moving real fast. Now pop these right toes up and then lift the knee. So it's a right hamstring stretch, and then we pull through that core to lift the left knee up. Hamstring and up. One more. I get ready to drop back to that low lunge. So if we're all the way in the low lunge and we want to crunch, we're here. If we prefer to be up, we can still work on a crunch from here. So still my right elbow meeting my left knee, or we can be all the way down on the floor. All right, put that right hand on the floor. The left hand is gonna reach up nice and tall. Again, I flex my back leg as well as my standing leg. That's gonna help my balance. If my balance is still a little wobbly, I'm gonna keep both hands on the floor. Take it all the way back, low lunge. Step all the way together. Again, low lunge. And all the way together. Or our low lunge can be here. And we can come up. Last one. Right toes half up. Now pull through the abs, pull that left knee up again. Hamstring. Now how do we get more of a hamstring stretch? We sit back farther. One more. Come into that low lunge again. This time pull knee to elbow. Just one more time. Crunch in. Plant the right hand. Left hand goes skyward. In our half moon. Come down, low lunge, and step together. One more low lunge, and we step together. Right toes pop up, hamstring stretch. Left knee comes up. All right, all we have left to do is one round of all the moves. So come into that warrior 3, reach, come together. 2 squats out, out, reach. Again, warrior 3, come together. 2 squats out. Lunge out to your left. Remember, hands on the thigh if you'd like. To the back. Or you can have some cool little runner arms. Hands to the floor. Connect those ankles. And up. One more. This time drop the back leg. We're in that low lunge. If you want, you can crunch in. Take it back and hold. So you're looking up at that arm. And then planting it on the floor as you reach the left arm to the sky. Just balance here. All right, last time you do your nice little sprinter move, so come down and all the way up. One more. Right toes tap up. Now left knee comes up. Last move. And just hold that left knee up for a second. Set it on back down, shake out anything you need. That was your flow. Especially grab some water. I know that flow is, like I said, really dynamic. We do a lot of quick movements. We go up and down a lot, so always important to hydrate. Now, we have a really fun section coming next called Core and More. It's going to be the last working track before your cool down, so if that helps you kind of mentally get in the frame of mind. We'll be doing 2 moves back to back, and then we'll take a small stretch break in between. So it's kind of a cool way to really work your core, but also ease you into the cool down a bit. I'll show lots of options. The one move I do want to preview before we start, we're going to do something called a walking beast. I know a lot of us are familiar with plank, but we're actually going to start in a bear position. So in a bear, I want you to think like a little box. So I still have shoulders, elbows, wrists all in a line. but instead of my legs being back, they're tucked right underneath me. So I'm trying to make like a nice little square here. We can also be in tabletop if we don't want to have our knees. And knees do not have to be high. In fact, they should only hover a little bit off the floor. But then when we walk, we're just going to walk back, back, hit our plank, come in, come in. And if that's too much, I'll show options on the knees. But we can call it beast, we can call it bear, really either or. It's kind of both a beast and a bear move. And so, just hang out here for a couple seconds. We're going to get in our position. Feel free to face front and back on your mat. I just want to show you from the side our form. So, grab a couple deep breaths. We're just all going to start kind of in a nice little position on all fours. You just take a few deep breaths here. And then we're going to work into a cat and cow. So I want you to press up, really curl that spine when you're in your cat. Kind of tuck that chin a little bit. Here. And then move into your cow. So then we're doing that opposing action, heart goes skyward. Then from here, reset and table. Come into your beast or your bear. You're going to walk it back with your right leg. It's going to walk back, back, in, again. Back, back, in. Two more. Now, if you want to do this from the knees, here's what it looks like. You're going to step back and in again. Now, turn into a side plank. Want your right arm in the air. Then I want you really lifting, making sure first of all that shoulder is right over elbow, is right over wrist. If you'd like a modification, I want that back knee to drop, but I still want you to lift through the side of your oblique. Beautiful. Right, come back on all fours. And we're just gonna back to that cat and cow. So never fear if you feel like you didn't get the core work the first time. We repeat all of the sections. So come into your cow. Now, again, just kind of flatten back out in tabletop. We're going to go back to that walking piece. Left leg piece. Out, out, back, back, out, out. So your goal here would be if you have something on your back, it's so nice and flat. There's a glass of water, it wouldn't even spill. One more. All right, opposite side plank. We're going to plant that hand. Reach up nice and tall. It hurts less if you smile, so feel free. Or, grimace if that looks like a smile. And again, just breathe here. You want to drop that bottom knee? We're right here. Beautiful. So I'm going to take a little time to set you up, show you from the side. Feel free to keep your mats where they are. But we're going to plant our right foot towards the ground. Come onto our right forearm. Extending both legs out nice and long. Really think about taking the top leg, turning the heel up. And then we're just going to do some nice little pulses. So here we go. Pulse. Pulse. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a big movement, but I want you to think about engaging through the glute, and that's what's pulling your leg up. The more you can turn your heel towards the sky, the more you're going to feel that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're just going to make big circles. So point your toe, bring it up, and then all the way back. It's a super slow movement here. And then we want to try and see if we can stay a little more forward. So pull. And you don't have to go super far back. You kind of come in line with that foot. And then just drop down. All right, we're going to take a little break just to go to the other side. So feel free to either flip over or otherwise settle on your bottom glutes. And then keep your left forearm towards the ground. Again, we still have this elbow and shoulder right in alignment. So if your legs out long, that heel points towards the sky. And we'll get ready for some pulses. Pulse. Pulse. So it does not have to be a big movement for you to feel it. If you're not feeling it, can you flex your foot a little more? Can you take your heel a little more skyward? And then can you make sure that we're still staying nice and proud here, not kind of slouching over in our posture? All right, point the toe, lift it up, circle around, nice and slow. See if you can really drag it all the way back in. Let it settle. One more time. So really feel the resistance, almost like you're moving through honey. Just pull back in. Nice. All right, we have one more set of core moves. So we can hang out in tabletop for a second, and then when we're ready, shoot those hips skywards, down dog. Just hang out here in down dog. And then when you're ready, what we're gonna do is take our right hand and reach it towards our left ankle. So just press back, and I just want you to hold it here. Come back to that regular down dog. Now I want you to take your left hand, see if it can reach towards the right ankle. Beautiful. Resetting our plank, we're going to do slow push-ups. So it's going to be down, down, up, up, down, down. Now a couple options. These can be done on your knees, or they can be done on your knees without full range of motion if we're still working out. Press back to your child's pose. All right, so we're very close to the finish line. We're going to do those 4 moves again, and then all we have to do is stretch you out. So maybe if you're thinking about trying some push-ups on your toes, trying another option, now's a great time. Press back to your down dog. Take that right hand towards the left ankle, just hold it there. Take a few deep breaths. So this should work your core, but also a nice chance to get some nice balance. Come back together and switch. All right, bring the hand, come back, come into your plank. Some nice slow push-ups. Here we go. We go down, down, up, up, again, down, down, up, or on the knees. See how when I'm on my knees, I still have a nice long line, or partway on the knees. Last round here. Just press back in your child's pose. Now for some of us, we might have our hips nice and wide. Others might have to kind of tuck right underneath. So find what feels comfortable for you. All you're going to have left to do is cool down. So at this point, it's all about your comfort. And just join me seated on the mat here. Give us some nice cool down music. So we're going to start by extending our right leg out nice and long. Toes are pointed up just like we worked on in flow. And then bring our left hand sweep. Should have a nice little core stretch here. And reach those arms nice and tall. And extend over that front leg. Now rather than focusing on really tucking something in a little lower, think about that nice long line in your spine. And then we always want to make sure that when we're stretching, we feel a nice stretch, but we never want to be in pain. So if this feels like too much, we can always back off a little bit. Now from here, keep this right hand reaching towards the toe. Bring the left arm behind first, and then reach up and over. So just like we worked on in our warm-up when we did those reach pulls, I want you to think about length here. Lovely. Come back through center, and we're just going to switch. So this time, left leg points towards the front, right leg comes in. We reach tall, and extend over those pointed toes. Now, way to get a little deeper into our stretch. As if we inhale, and then as we exhale, we can get a little lower in that stretch today. Now, your cool down is your time. Please feel free to go rogue, take any other stretches that you might need. These are all just suggestions. Here we're going to try a pigeon pose. So come back first through seated, and then we're going to keep our right leg pointed in front of us. The left leg is going to go behind. Now for some of us, we might want to keep both legs back. That might be a good pigeon option. Otherwise, we can straighten the back leg. And maybe we're up here. Maybe we're hanging out a little lower. Maybe we're even reaching forward. And I know those hips can get really tight, so please pick an option that honors what your body needs today. And just breathe here. And see if you can get a little deeper into each stretch as you continue to breathe. Use these last few minutes to find some stillness in your day. I know so many of us are at home in a lot of chaos right now, so we can take these few minutes for us to just find that stillness. Right through center, and we're going to move to the other side. So again, for some of us, pigeon might mean that both legs are bent, and we just tuck this leg behind us. For others, we might be able to straighten that back leg and stay upright, or just kind of hang out on those forearms. So honor whatever feels good. This is also a personal favorite TV watching stretch of mine. So if you're looking for an excuse to scroll on your phone or watch TV, and you hang out pigeon, I find it's easier to justify long binge sessions. And then come all the way back up. And really just make your way into a nice little cross-legged seated position. We're going to stretch out that upper body. I know we did some push-ups, give it some nice work. So reach up nice and long. Then I want you to clasp the backs of keep the backs of your hands, push them together, and then reach out and try to come into just about chest height. See if you can really pull those shoulder blades apart. Bring those arms back up. And then when you're ready, we're going to drop them behind us, either clasping them together or just allowing them to reach behind, depending on where our shoulder flexibility is today. Nice, super proud chest. Great counter pose, especially if we're working over a desk, leaning over a lot. This really helps kind of straighten everything back out. And from here, setting the hands on the knees, we're just going to round everything, kind of like we worked on that C curve in our warm-up. Come back to the center, and as always, we'll end with 2 big inhales and exhales. Inhale everything up. Think one great positive thought for the day. Let go of anything you just want to get rid of. Last great big inhale through the nose if you can. Exhale everything out. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope I can see you in either a live class soon, and hope you enjoyed life.